Test, test. All right, there we go. Now I got sound. Woohoo! Hey, Antonio. How do you do partners? I'm not sure. Oh, how do you do? Okay. I'm like, am I reading that wrong? Do good. How are you? Make a new document here. Let's see. Make a discussional news podcast. As soon as it loads. Discussional. Oops. Copy our questions from the last one. I don't think I marked the last podcast which question we finished with, so that's not good. Let's see. Okay, we did that one. Did that one. I think that's the last question we had, so. Community. All right, let's leech some questions here. Some subjects, rather. Let's probably move the chat over here so I can see stuff. It's there. Okay. Oh, goody. Stream's already limited on monetization. GG, YouTube. GG. Let's see. Crunchyroll, Stream Gambari. Magic Estella coming to an end. That was a good anime. China doesn't like BL. Excuse me. Hey, Sapos. Excuse me. You doing alright today? Let's swap screens here. It's a quiet week for news, it seems. Management of Novus Alchemist. Another alchemy one? Jeez. Alchemy is getting big with anime right now. I guess that's important. Do that one. Get back into Footable's funding issues. Let's go into that one. I heard about the Good Smell Company thing a while back, but some more Seven Seas licenses. I'm gonna move my focus. Never mind, still set. Alright, hey Doc. Just putting together an outline for our podcast tomorrow. So I'm looking over the news and seeing what we can talk about and discuss and everything. You doing alright? Here, I was thinking we get more Iron Blood Orphans, and now it's a compilation. We need to talk about that on the podcast. Hey, Nagasa. Hey, Cake. You guys hear me okay? Okay. It's like a couple people ask questions, I ask questions back, and I get no response. It's like, okay. Maybe just not sociable. How's that? Not blowing out ears or anything, is it? I would love to get these Arya masterpiece mangas, but just can't really fork that money right now. But I'll give them a shout out on the podcast. I think the full set's like, let me see. Right stuff. They're trying to get pre-orders for it so that they can basically justify the print. And since a reprint, it's probably going to be the last time they'll do it. So it's kind of one of those, it's a FOMA issue. I really don't like FOMA issues, but it's a FOMA issue. Fear of missing out. Where is a stupid page? Yeah, $135. That is pretty heavy for 7. I'm assuming they're hardbound. It doesn't say if they're hardbound, but I would assume they're hardbound for that price. Don't take that as for confirmation. From what I understood, this is supposed to be like a side story thing. Prequel series. Oh, Volume 1 features a prequel story. Nishijo, like a manga set? I don't know. It doesn't say hardbound. I'd have to hit up maybe Sean Kleckner on Twitter or something to find out. Because, yeah, that's like, shoot, almost $20 each. Just about $20 each. Crazy. Crazy. But like I said, a lot of my desire to buy that is the fear of missing out aspect. I hate the idea of something being printed one last time. And based on the fact that it's taken so long for them to get the pre-orders for it, it's probably going to be the last time, unfortunately. Let's see. Don't care about the creator store. I guess I can put that in there. Sometimes I have to force myself to put news bits in our podcast that even though I don't care about it, I think it's important. Another fairy tale adaptation. Shadow House 2, that was huge. So excited for Shadow House Season 2 coming. Yeah, figures is definitely FOMO. Especially when a lot of figures don't get second goes, so. Whose podcast is on Spotify? Ours is. The Netflix Creator Studio. I mean, we'll talk about it more on the podcast when we talk about it, but it essentially is like what it sounds like is kind of like a headquarters for them to work with different anime studios and directors on stuff. So they can bring a director into a meeting place and they can sit down and talk about ideas. And I think it might open the door for a lot of more original titles from Netflix specifically. But I think they're just trying to make I don't know, they already have a Netflix Japan place over there, so it's kind of like, I guess, like just more of a creator's focus with a lot of their ideas. Oh my god. Did anybody watch Spirit Chronicles today? I'm still mad. I'm still so mad. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to record my thoughts on that one. We don't really get any kind of analytics, EDOT, as to what source somebody's pulling from, because like every podcasting app, all they do is go directly to your server, and our server just tells us that this many IPs hit it. It doesn't tell us that that IP referred to us from Apple or anything like that. So there's no way for us to really know. And all those services don't really keep track of a lot of that stuff to give us that information. So I just assume get it on as many platforms as possible. So here recently we had Amazon. Apparently Amazon Music wants to get us on their service, so I need to get that added as well. Oh look, there's my man crush right there, Kenjo Suda. I missed something. No, I didn't. With that said, I think probably I'm gonna assume that most of our listeners is through, probably Apple, because I think a lot of the early boom of podcasts I think went through Apple. Is our thing listed through FM Player, or did you have to put our feed into it? We had a new service contact me through email. What was it called? It was like Getter Podcast or something. And they were all trying to get all crazy about revolutionizing podcasting and stuff. And I'm like, sure, okay. We're already on there, so I'm good. They basically wanted me to claim my podcast, which I don't necessarily know why that would make a difference. It's on my server, so if I need to claim it later, I'll do it. No, I hit Twitch for what, 3 days straight, and I don't know. My whole reason to go to Twitch was to diversify, to not make sure everything's on one platform. Like I just joked about a few minutes ago. I apparently this live stream is already limited monetization because why? I don't know. But I don't know. I like it more being here because I know a lot of people that watch our stuff, listen to our stuff is here, and I kind of like to be here to talk to those people. So I don't know. Didn't seem like it was going. I just didn't feel welcome there, I guess. Not that I expect to go over there and get like 50 million views. It's just, you know, most of the people that I want to talk to and everything are here already, so. So the question is, should I download and transfer over my Tales of Arise gameplay over to here so that people know where I'm at, so when I continue, they can watch all the VODs. That's like 7 hours of VOD, though. I don't know if anybody's going to sit through all that. Somebody might. You can listen to our making... I guess I can make a... Oh, that would take forever to make a short... I think I would have to make a shortened version of it, though. It would take time, but we had some fun with it, though. Like, we were joking about the fact the main character looks like Goblin Slayer. Goblins. I was mad when his mask broke, because I'm like, he's no longer Goblin Slayer. I hate this game now. Screw you, Tale of Arise. Oh, Tsukihime's opening's being done by Ufotable. No shock there. Yeah, money. It's going to be very short. There wasn't too much to make fun of. This period of time for news kind of sucks because it's like a lot of this is going to be here and it's debuting this day. That's kind of important to talk about. I'm sure Chris will enjoy talking about High Dive leaving VRV. Already knew that. Add that. No, what I definitely can post is my dying to bosses, because I'm already getting my butt kicked by bosses on that game because I think I'm doing something wrong. I don't think I get that game very well. Yeah, High Dive's leaving VRV on the 30th of this month. And it's so funny how everything's kind of falling, and it, like, you guys are getting the spoiler discussion already. It's funny to see almost a domino effect that's happening, because it's going from pretty much Sony goes to buy Crunchyroll, and the moment that buyout is completed, of course High Dive leaves VRV. That's an expected thing. But then, like, Netflix starting weekly broadcasts, Toei and several other companies are starting their own streaming service. There's a couple other ones that I'm probably going to have to remember to put in the outline when we talk about it, but it's like there's a domino effect happening, and it's obvious. Conspiracy theory here. Let me get my cork board up here, and let me pin things up on the cork board, but yeah, see, when this happens and this happens, it's a cause and effect that's happening. Yeah, you can call it a butterfly effect. It's just, yeah, it's very much so seems like a response. Like I mentioned with the talk about the whole studios making their own streaming service, it's, you kind of wonder the timing that possibly those studios don't want to do business with them. Seems pretty obvious. I won't say it's caused by it, but it's pretty obvious it's caused by it. Sumire Uesaka starring Gigi no Kitaro stage play. That's interesting. I don't know, Edot. It's one of those things where I like the control leaving from a provider. Like, there's two issues with somebody else providing somebody's content. Let's give it a perspective of an art studio. So you have an art studio, and the people that paint stuff, they come in there and they get the chance to put their paintings on the wall. The problem with that is at some point that studio, which would be this streaming service like Crunchyroll, can eventually say that's not art, or that's a little bit too much skin showing on that painting you made. That's not allowed here. Or if you paint over that a little bit to cover up the skin, you can come in here. And that's the problem. Crunchyroll and all these other... I'll even say HiDive. HiDive, Netflix, Crunchyroll, Funimation, all of them have the capability of saying, we don't want that here. So we'll either drop the license, or can you change this a little bit, or we can put it in a contract that says you're not allowed to show so much skin or too much violence. So having these companies over here dictate what's allowed to come over here, are you guys getting me clear? For some reason, YouTube's yelling at me. Okay. For some reason, YouTube's saying I'm poor, but my OBS is saying everything's fine. So, I don't know. But anyway, if the studios... I'm not going to say studios. Studios are probably not going to be the ones that are going to be providing streams. I mean, technically, a studio could take one of their originals and put it on YouTube or something like that, but they're not going to create their own streaming service. The publishers, at least, can essentially create their own streaming service. That would mean we would get something closer to the creators, and they would dictate what is going to be in their content. The problem with that is it's going to be more difficult to get dubs, subtitles, proper translations, even though we technically get bad translations over here. It would be harder to get it localized if they had full control over it. And then there's the problem with you'd be dealing with more subscriptions. So say every single studio, every producer got their own streaming service, you'd have to... It'd essentially be like cable television used to be, where you're buying packages to be able to stream all this stuff. So I would like it. I mean, there was talk at some point. I forget who it was. I think it was Sunrise. Sunrise may have been involved with it, but they were talking about making a YouTube channel that they were going to put all their stuff on, and I think that'd be fantastic. Just let YouTube basically have ads in it, and you can get YouTube Premium that would, get rid of the ads, and it would be basically pretty global. They could allow the license to go across to any country. They could make it worldwide through YouTube. So it's which one do you want? More availability versus, and granted, again, we don't really have much control over availability as it stands now, so I don't know. I'd really have to see what kind of system that would look like. Is there, what kind of quality they can provide, what kind of streaming servers they have, will they subtitle it, will it have proper translations, will it require subscriptions? You don't want to see my gear, Tyler. Right now I'm streaming from a 2011 iMac. My gaming rig's good. But, yeah, just depends on what you look at. Just depends on what you look at. I think the best things I have, anyways, is that's the most up to date would be my PC and my camera. But the camera was bought for me, so no, it's sitting. It's sitting on an Amazon Basics camera stand tripod that has one leg broken. I'm good at dealing with what I have, as much headaches as it causes. Was this already confirmed that Mappa was gonna do Dance Dance Dancer? I don't think so. That's interesting. But no, I'll be doing a room tour video here soon. I recorded like half of it. It's just kind of a pain in the butt, but you'll get a little bit of a view of my setup from that. But it doesn't have a breakdown of what I use. What anime is a must-see for fall? Lost Child is not one of them. Did you guys hear how hype I was for Lost Child when we did that podcast? Yeah, it's the ASMR. Can I make your ears happy in 180 seconds? That is definitely going to be the anime of the season. You can quote both me and Cake on that one. No, it was funny because we were all hyping on that Lost Child one because we had like zero information on it. I apparently completely overlooked that it was based on a video game. Maybe I mentioned that, I'm not sure. But yeah, I seen the recent key art, and it literally looks like Kirito. It has a Kirito jacket, has the Kirito sword, the pose and everything, and I'm like, wow, my excitement just dropped real quick. Nothing wrong with the Kirito character, and Japan loves it, but no longer super excited for that. I also want to shout out, guys, you're the only podcast I've listened consistently listening for the last 3 years. I am sorry. It has got me through some pretty tough times. Glad that you're on YouTube. Man, Tyler, you don't know how much that means to me to hear that. I'm happy that you're doing well and that we've been getting you through some bad times, so hope things are looking up for you. No ex-girlfriend. No Sword Art Online ex-girlfriend characters in here. Yeah, I hope you'll stick around, Tyler. Yeah, give me a shout out anytime you need to talk or anything. Man, we're like, what, 2, 3, about 3 or 4 weeks away from another music podcast. I'm kind of excited. Get a lot of hype from people on those ones. But no, what did I say was I totally I messed up I made a full video actually on the top 10 best anime of the season coming up. So let me see if I can find it. I wonder if I can live stream my own video. I don't know. I'm not sure how well that'll look. I just realized I don't really have any music or anything playing in the background. I'm sorry, guys. I'm like the worst host. I don't even have like some good smooth music in the background or something. Let me see here. I think I'd also have to add a... So I got audio capture, video capture, window capture, image capture. I need to add a audio output capture. I think it's this one. So with that, you should be able to hear my computer. 10 most exciting upcoming anime of fall. Let me see if I can do this. See if we'll get an ad.
Only 5 isekais? Yes, the fall 2021 anime season is just around the corner, and this is my top 10 anime that you should be excited for the fall 2021 anime season.
There.
This list is in no particular order, but definitely before you leave, go down the comments down below and let me know what you're most excited for the fall 2021 anime season. So without
this is the one
to be sent to him as his wife, and it kind of follows this element.
This is the one that I'm actually the most interested in. Is the Tell Me Fairy Tale? I think that one's probably going to be the. I think that's going to be my sleeper hit. 86, obviously. Mashuka Tensei. Hike Story, the first episode was already pretty good. So yeah. When you get time, you can check out that video. Andrew reacts. I got my first react video. Let's see. To be honest, the podcast is the most informative, and music podcasts are also go touch. How are those done for podcasts? Hey, high five. How's it going? So, if you just sub to this channel, you can get our podcast. It's in a, well, if you sub to the channel, then you'll eventually see Anime Cast pop up in your subscription, and that will be our video version of the podcast. If you just want to listen to it on a podcast service, just search for Otaku Spirit on, your Apple Podcast app. It's on Google Play as well, and Spotify. Pretty much anywhere you can get podcasts, you can search Otaku Spirit and find us. Just look for the cute little Hime-chan or Spirit-chan. But yeah, anyways, where was, let's see, what's it called? Oops. Get out of here. Star Wars Visions looks great. The last trailer was pretty darn hype. I'm curious how that's going to translate. Technically, a lot of the shorts ones are pretty awesome, but translate in a series of shorts. But my problem is I'm not sure if I really want to get a Disney Plus account just to watch those. I might hopefully wait to see if they put them on Blu-ray or something. I think we listened to this one last time. It was pretty good. Hopefully that's not too loud. You guys aren't huge fans of Trigger. Chris, the thing with Trigger is I think there's kind of been a flip with Trigger for me and Chris. Early on, Chris was really big on Trigger. I didn't care much for Trigger. Not that I didn't like them. I just didn't have anything that they made that excited me. And then for some reason here recently, now I enjoy a lot of the trigger stuff, and Chris doesn't really finish many of them. So, but the last like 3 trigger shows I've been a huge fan of. I think ever since Darling in the Franxx, I've been pretty hot on them. Dynazenon and Gradman. Which Sony channel, like a app or something, or like their like a streaming service? Let's see, Melty Blood, Dragon Quest. Funimation Stream Hero. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you meant like for like cable and satellite service, or if like a thing through PlayStation or something. Darling in the Franxx is special. Darling in the Franxx is very special. It was popular enough that people had to apparently get so worked up over a character decision. Am I already... Has it been that quiet the last 2 weeks that I'm already up to everything we covered last time? Because I think we talked about High School Prodigy, How's It Easy was ending. Yeah, we talked about Demon Slayer. That is crazy. I really liked it. Darling in the Franxx. Really liked the mecha design. The characters were fun. Yeah, the ending gets a little crazy, but that's that studio. that's that studio. Honestly, the ending was the most like them possible. The rest was kind of not them. All right, let's check Crunchyroll. Let me switch over here quick. Leave that there. Crunchyroll. Yeah, blue-haired girl did nothing wrong. I don't remember what her name is, but she did nothing wrong. Yeah, Crunchyroll, don't remind me that Spirit Chronicles happened today, and I don't want to talk about it. I really don't want to talk about that ending. So let's see. Hopefully nothing pops up that shouldn't pop up. Yeah, Duke of Death's getting a sequel. That's good. Let me look at this. So Trigger... Let's look at Trigger's makes. I want to see if now I officially have more that I like than dislike. So Kill la Kill. This show took me forever to watch. Have I even posted my review for that yet? I don't think I have. No, I did. It was like the most requested review that we post because it took me forever to watch it, and then when I watched it, it became a meme amongst our community that I would never post it. And then when I finally got around to posting it, I felt like it would never live up to anybody's expectations because I didn't hate it, but I wasn't hyper like positive about it. Darling in the Franxx I really enjoyed. Kisniver, I'm like shrug on. It's not bad, but it's not good in my opinion for me. Little Witch Academia TV did not have the magic that the original OVA had. The original OVA is probably like the most perfect piece of animation and storytelling that you can find out there. It's just like it encompassing this thing was just fantastic animation, pacing, characters, everything. Supernatural Battles came commonplace. I really enjoyed this show. It had one of the best scenes ever in anime with the friend basically flipping out on him. BNA was good. Really enjoyed Gridman. I haven't watched Promare yet. I shrug at Luluko. I didn't really care. Hackadoll was okay. Dynazenon, I didn't like certain things about it, but I enjoyed it. Inferno Cop, I've never cared for Inferno Cop. See, this is where we're starting to get to things that I didn't care for that everybody was hype about. Everybody loved Inferno Cop. Everybody loved Kill la Kill. And they are technically what defined Trigger for the longest time. I didn't care for them. But now that I'm looking at this list, besides being shrug about Kill la Kill, Kisniver, Luluko, everything else I've enjoyed. I'm not liking Inferno Cop. So I think right now they're pretty much sitting at a positive for me. So there we go. Andrew's been converted apparently. He now likes Trigger. What anime should have a sequel that ended with more questions than answers? Spice and Wolf. But no, most recent Wonder Egg Priority. I mean, her face is literally on the corner of your screen. I Oto's on the screen going, "Me over here, please. Would like a sequel, please." Dog sleeping and clicking her tongue. I don't know if anybody can hear that. Yuki, wake up. You're making weird frog noises. My dog's turned into a frog. Let's see. Why does it feel like I'm getting the same stuff over and over again? Crunchyroll, your news site's weird. Yeah, I mean, the problem, Mike, is that pretty much, I don't know, these days it feels like 99% of all anime that's made are advertisements for source material. And if they adapt the whole thing, then there's no point in going to the source material. So it just, because of that, there's no reason that they don't make it be basically bait. Frog outside your room. I used to have a garden right outside my window where I used to be, and the frogs at night drove me crazy sometimes. But the thing is that what I appreciate in some anime is that they don't. You want to know more if the story's good. There's a lot of anime where it seems like they don't feel like the story's good enough to drive you to go to the source material, that they put these stupid hooks at the end. Like, I cannot tell you how many times you see the music's playing at the end of the last episode, and you're like, okay, well, it's finally wrapping up. I guess that's all they're gonna show. And then it'll cut to like this boardroom full of like 50 unique looking people you've never seen before, and their names are popping up underneath them, and they're talking about what they're gonna do, and you're going, why are you showing me this? Like, literally, like Spirit Chronicles today did it. What happened? Like, literally, the music starts queuing in at the end of this episode, and all hell breaks loose, and tons of characters are showing up, and it's going, see you in the source material. It's aggravating. Like, I can now at this point tell people, if there's not going to be a second season of Spirit Chronicles, watch up to this point of the last episode of Spirit Chronicles. Otherwise, you're going to be more annoyed than you originally were going to be, because that show's literally an introduction. Yeah, that's why whenever I hear about either originals or about, like the case with Fruits Basket and Mushoku Tensei, where they've gotten confirmation they're going to do the whole thing, that excites me more than anything else. Like, I know I love originals because I know I'm going to get a full story, minus Ioto up here. Or it's going to be a full adaptation. They've announced it, and I get really excited for it. I don't have to worry about it not being finished. Yeah, and I would be fine with it if I had the time to check out source material. Like, I barely have time to get all the millions of ones that I have on my shelf up here. This is so easy. And look, they know it's easy. Look at this. Which Fina Samurai Pirate is most like you? I thought it was like, do you most like? I was going to say, well, either way, I want it to be Karen. Yeah, Baby Florat was great. What Studio did fantastic. It was What Studio, right? It was fantastic. Oh, man, like, the action scenes in Vivi knew how to make Velocity work so in its favor. Velocity and mechanisms. Did I watch Mayoshiki? I don't think so. No, I think it's on my wall, though. I think I bought that one. What did it do? Like, just being complete or having a manga bait? This annoys me. I thought this was supposed to be a TV anime. I don't remember when they said it was going to be a movie. Apparently my ex-girlfriend's going to theaters first. I still see the same first story on every page. Like, why do you have the same one on every page? I'm sorry, but the color of this Titan thing, I thought it was going to be something besides a garbage can. Thought it was going to be urinal. It wouldn't surprise me. It's Japan. Plunderer manga gets bad anime adaptation and they ruin the stories. I wanted to like Plunderer. I truly did. We were almost going to watch it just for the cross-ange effect because it literally has this cross-ange moment in it, as far as we got anyways. But yeah. I kind of felt like they weren't doing that adaptation right. Is anybody finishing The Detective Is Already Dead? I'm getting such mixed responses with that show. I don't even know if I'm going to go back and get caught up on it. It seems like a lot of people are treating it like Sword Art Online or something. Like it's the worst thing ever, but they're watching it anyways. It wouldn't be Sword Art Online. It would be more like Astra Score. Hate watching it, basically. It was good. Can anybody confirm or deny that Mike's telling me the truth and not just make me watch it so that I have to suffer through it? I got a huge kick out of it. Because, how do I say this without YouTube getting mad at me? I've gone through training to use things that look like this. And, so I know what would be... How do I say this again that YouTube's not going to be mad at me? This is great. I have to, like, I don't know, what would you call it? Word salad to figure out what I want to say. I learned finger control, or studied finger control, where you're supposed to put your finger if you're going to use it or not. And so the certain scene with the idol girl, and she's holding said thing, every time the camera would shift in that scene, if you notice, her finger goes inside there or not. So in my mind, I immediately think, oh, she has good finger control. She doesn't have her finger in where it's to pull the lever back. Word salad here. And then other scenes, it would show a different angle, and she suddenly has her finger in there. And I'm like, wait. She doesn't have good finger control because she has her finger on the trigger. But yeah. Sorry, that's just how my mind works. Yeah, I did notice the Hololive cameos. Like literally, I think in the third episode. It's not nitpicking. It's just a funny quirk I realized. If you study that kind of stuff, you kind of take notice of when people are not holding a weapon correctly. Your finger's not supposed to be there unless you're looking to do something with it. I have to yell at my provider again tomorrow because my drop frames are terrible today. 1,300 drop frames. Well, at least I'm not streaming a game right now. It might be my Ethernet cable too, because I literally spent all day dropping 2 new Ethernet lines, one to this computer and one to my other computer. So it might be their fault or my fault. Hopefully the stream's not unbearable to watch. Unless I start talking like it's. Is that music getting way too loud? Yes, I will be covering the Violet Evergarden movie. I have it on my calendar already. October 13th or something? Gundam finally made a new timeline. Where did I miss that? Oh, that's good. So I turn back up. I don't even want it. Let's look how expensive this is. This Nadia pennant's got to be a fortune. It looks okay. Please don't show it on somebody without clothes on. Yeah. Yeah. Seeing that coming. Is it just the... Oh. That's right. There you go. Only 700 buckaroons. I don't know. I didn't hit that one last time. This is crazy. 1 million copies for every volume. At least. That's crazy. Crazy One Piece people buying multiple copies to make it look like it's selling more than it is. Crazy One Piece people. I think we talked about... Yeah, we talked about that one. I know technically Demon Slayer's getting there too, so... I hate game crossovers. No, I'm not going to play your games. Alright. I think I'm running out of news. I guess what I can do is I could just talk on the podcast about there's this news about Crunchyroll adding Ganbare Dokuchan, and then I could say that, oh, by the way, next piece of news, Crunchyroll adds Ganbare Dokuchan, and then I could say, oh, by the way, Crunchyroll adds Ganbare Dokuchan because apparently it's on every single page of the website. It was a good episode, by the way. I don't know. Ganbare Dokuchan was okay. Tawa was really good. I like that first episode. If you guys missed it, Tawa was pretty cute. Basically, office worker that's super thirsty for her coworker. All right, now I just need to copy all this over. Let's see. Oh, I totally forgot, Adam. So is the new timeline just titled Witch from Mercury? You joke, Cake, but I can do that. I could totally do that. That's some of our best moments on the podcast is when I talk about something completely crazy that Chris doesn't understand for long periods of time. I knew Fairy Tale was not done. They're just making more stuff. Close this. I want to rewatch Magic Estella now. That was a pretty good one. Taking bets on if I was the only one that actually watched that that's in the chat. Who was it that adapted that one? That wasn't Dokobo, was it? Magic Stella. Silverlink. Okay, that makes sense. TV's Asahi reported on September 9th the Chinese Communist Party Central Public Relations Department instructed online game companies today to strict prohibit boys' love content from other content featured false values or illicit materials. Chinese officials are designating content boys love and feminine men for your culture. Yeah, I think I heard about this one. If I remember correctly, Silverlink did the Katana Katari series, right? Bidoof. Probably their best show they've ever done right here. Right there. Just right top middle. That's all you need to know. Kokoro Connect's their best. Chivalry Fell Night was good. Nanan Biori is probably another one of their best. Easily. Ao-chan Can't Study is fantastic. Stay away from this one. It's total source material bait. Only go into Norin if you... I don't know. I don't know why you'd watch Norin. If you hate life, watch Chaos Dragon. That show will make you... Mitsubishi Colors. Watch it, please. It's fantastic. Only watch Unhappy if you want to know why Chris and me every now and then jokes about Timothy. Kasuno Asuka's show is interesting. Very interesting show. We're starting to get into stuff that's probably I should be scrolling into, I'm guessing. That's basically it. Fantastic Shoe. Yes, Fantastic Shoe. Mitsubishi Colors is great. Yeah, Kokoro Connect is fantastic. I'm like, oh my gosh. It's too good. I still haven't watched the OVAs because I started watching the OVAs and I was getting annoyed and I just turned it off because I didn't want it to ruin the original series. I'm sure it probably explains itself, but I'm like, nope. I don't want you to ruin what the original series is. Technically should watch just because it kind of is important for a certain character, but yeah, Silverlink, I mean, non-Ambiorian Mitsubishi colors are fantastic too. I'll have to look in this one more. China hates Felix from ReZero. I'm getting live reactions from Chris after he watched the last episode of Spirit Chronicles. Yeah. You think it's good clickbait? China hates Felix? That'll definitely get me demonetized from YouTube. They probably don't want to make them angry. No media company wants to make them angry. So management of Novus Alchemist. A novel gets anime adaptation. Put a lot of shows on hold end up dropping them. Is that auto? That's supposed to be put them on hold instead of dropping them? I don't know if I'll ever get back to Villainous. Anybody watching Villainous, did the last episode do well? I think I talk about Villainous every time I get on this podcast or this stream. Footable. Looking at that one to find out what that one's talking about. See, they've been talking about taking him to court a long time ago. I think we had one of our podcasts we talked about this. Kondo issued an apology admitting that he had thought his tax evasion would not bring trouble to Footable. Oh. Sorry, officer. I didn't think that sign was for me. Opening statement that Footable and Kondo hid part of the income. I really do hope this doesn't blow back on like everybody else of a Footable. I mean, you technically have the studio. I don't know how it's not going to. Them's the breaks. A lot of companies' downfall is one stupid person's decisions sometimes. Especially when it comes to taxes. Probably shouldn't have this on the screen for now. Let me see what it says first. 2 former employees in a Nindroid and Figma toy company, Goodsmile company, as we know. potentially obscene. Udasai explicit anime products. Underage characters. That's not good. And funding 4chan. Okay. Wow, this sounds like it's gonna be a yeah, never ever would that be the case. I don't know, this article sounds like a trash fire. I don't really like talking about this kind of stuff. For those that seen the title, I don't normally talk about this kind of stuff on our podcast unless there's something that's been proven. Not saying that they didn't do the things that they're doing, but I don't like to bring up things that are very touchy subjects unless there's been proof of it. So I'm not going to touch that one. That's maybe a future podcast. Isn't it like the third full-size Gundam statue? Yeah, I moved the page over because of the content that was in the article itself, Cake. That's why I said I was reading it to see if there was something in there that was going to be worth talking about, but with how seriously dire the information is, I'd want it to be somewhat proven before I talk about it. It's news, but it's not... I don't know. That's just like any kind of accusation of something of that nature. I feel like if it's not proven and then it comes out that it was not true or something like that, nobody talks about it then, and I think that's pretty damning. Me personally, I don't like it. But as I said, it's not to say that it didn't happen, just... So, we'll talk about these ones, but I don't want to talk about them now because we like to talk about weird names as we do it. I think this is going to be our... I think the entire podcast episode is literally going to be talking about where's it at? Oh, this whole thing, weekly. I think the weekly thing is going to be like the entire podcast discussion tomorrow. Blue Period and Coming Can't Communicate will be on weekly releases on Netflix. That's huge. Sorry, Cake. Not necessarily all about Comey. It's going to be more about just Netflix stepping in the game. Like I said, technically with both this whole Netflix studio thing, creator studio thing, doing weekly broadcasts of anime going forward, Japan doing their own streaming services. I think Sony stirred up something crazy. Jade novel licenses. Goodbye, Otherworld. Yeah, if Comey has some good discussion with it, I'll definitely cover it weekly. I wasn't a fan of the art style of Comey Can't Communicate, but that last trailer, not the last trailer, I didn't watch the last trailer, because I think right now I'm just like trying to chill on a lot of the PVs that are getting a little bit too crazy with too much stuff being shown, but the one before the last one was really cute. Could Disney step in with some Marvel anime originals? I don't doubt it. Especially if they... This is speculation, but I would probably tell people, don't assume that Disney didn't just go over there and say, hey, do stuff with our Star Wars stuff and have fun, and then they walk away and never talk again. I could see the Star Wars vision being pretty much the door opening to future possibilities. This is probably early conversations having them do this stuff with the Star Wars property. And I think going forward, you're going to see a lot more stuff out of that. And I think probably... I think the success of Star Wars Visions could possibly be the gauging of interest going forward. If possibly that sees a lot of attention on the Disney Plus platform, it might push some of them to say, hey, let's have this studio do this episode or do this property or something like that. But no, they didn't just go over there and say, hey, Trigger, hey, this company, do something with Star Wars, and then walked away and never talked about anything ever again. They're probably doing more stuff in the future. Yes, I think so, Cake. I think some of the older ones were done by Japanese studios. I'm not the biggest Marvel fan, so I'm probably the worst person to ask. I apologize. Alright, Sean Kleckner, here's your free advertisement. Masterpiece. Old Dark Lord and Kleckner. I already got this. Shadow House Season 2. I totally closed those stupid windows and didn't even get what I needed off of it. Okay. Now you can close. Sorry for flashing screen. I don't know. I think there was a... Let's see. X-Men anime. I think Batman for sure got some. Yeah, it's like Madhouse did an Iron Man. They also did a Wolverine, an X-Men, and a Blade. Oh my gosh. I'm feeling like I recognize this stuff, so I'm guessing I've seen these. I don't recognize the Blade one, though, but I totally want to watch that. Am I getting enough video game reviews? I don't have enough time to get all the anime reviews done that I need to do. I don't know. I offered to Bandai Namco that I would cover Arise, but they never send me a code, so I will do it as I wish. I used to do video games reviews, actually. I used to work for a online company and did reviews of a lot of NIS America releases. Did a lot of Atelier series stuff. A lot of the more anime related stuff. That's how I got a lot of my connections with NIS America a long time ago to do Alone in the Sea reviews and stuff. That is not the full URL. You piece of junk. No. There. But yeah, my Alone in the Sea. What was it? The Kotoro-san? Something else that they sent me review copies of. Blue periods. That's already on there. Yeah, slow last 2 weeks of news. But like I said, I think most of our stuff is going to be focused on the Netflix stuff. And possibly the future of animes. If anything, if we don't have much to talk about, we have quite a bit of questions to go through, so I don't think we'll have too much of a problem filling in the time. Well, got like 6 questions. What? This Saturday? Are you serious? I thought it was October. I know Hike's story already started up. Everything's pretty much starting in 2 weeks. Some are down about 10 days away. Gambare, Doki-chan, and Hike's story was the first ones to pop up. Sadly, the anime of the season is taking like an entire month to come out. What kind of crap is that? Dude, can I tell you how excited I am for Aquatope next episode? I really want to know where the show is going. I'm so excited for the next episode of that. Did I pass it up? Oh, no, there's... Yeah, 4 days away. You weren't lying. I don't even know if my Netflix account is active right now. It's too expensive. That's the only thing I don't like that Netflix is getting into anime right now, is it's too expensive. Yeah, my account's inactive. I don't know. I think I'll wait till 2 episodes come out, then I'll sign up. Because that's when I do a first impressions anyways. Ask me again, Cake, in 2 weeks. Because I think after... This is my prediction. And PA Works hasn't done this in a long time, and I'm not going to spoil where they did it before. But they have done time skips in the past. And I'm curious if this show is going to do a time skip. And I think if it does a time skip, it's going to be very interesting. But yeah, the last episode was like... I literally almost cried 3 times the last episode. So, it's doing something right. I don't really cry much watching anime. Who's getting this show? Nobody. Man. Yeah, it's gonna be bad for you then. It's gonna be a very bad show for you then. So, I haven't read anywhere... Are they full dumping House Husband, or are they doing actually weekly releases for it some reason? I mean, it doesn't take much for them to animate that show. They literally just scan the manga in and color it. I really want to see this movie. It looks really cute. House Husband is carried by Kendra Suda. It is not even animated. It's literally a bunch of stills sliding across the screen, but Kendra Suda sells that character so well. It's great. So it's like one of those things where I can't suggest the source material because Kendra Suda, his voice is that character. So if you want to watch a ex-Yakuza yell at a Rumba for not cleaning properly, it's a good show. I want to watch Yuki Yuna already. Yuki Yuna, air already. I miss Yuki Yuna. Yuki Yuna. I think the biggest curiosity that I have this season, though, is that World in Harem. Really curious to see how how Crunchyroll handles that. If depending on how Crunchyroll handles World in Harem, will tell us a lot about the future of Crunchyroll. I mean, that episode of 12 Ball was pretty risky, so I will admit the trailer for World End that Crunchyroll posted wasn't much of a trailer. And there was a trailer before that that showed a lot more. So that tells me that they're already censoring stuff in the trailer. It's pretty much, yes. Pretty much a hentai. Oh, so you read the manga, Cake? Yeah, then you'll love the anime. I read all of it for research. I might have to contact you to get some some resource or some materials for my videos in the future. Now, I'd honestly be curious to hear just how much they cut just from the anime, because obviously the anime is not going to show a lot, even if it is an anime, unless it was an OVA. What was the other thing I was talking about? Oh, here it is. Here it is, right here. This is so funny. They even changed it on AniList. Is that not... I'm trying to get a close-up of this. Is that not just Kirito? It's totally Kirito. Like, it sucks. We read the synopsis, like, a new illness is slowly, steadily approaching humanity, caused by a huge underground asylum and appears in Antarctic. They're a strange creature different from the Earth and unknown resources. People bet their lives on the depths of this mysterious new world with huge wealth, organization plots, and own ambitions. And then Kirito. Even the PV was like just this dude walking through snow, this blizzard, and he's walking upon this big, huge chasm. It's like, oh man, this is so mysterious. There's nothing, no information about it. Is it Kirito? That's not Kirito, is it? I don't think that's Kirito. No, that's not Kirito. Oh, it's Zenzetsu. Even better. Even better. Even better. At least he's not voiced by Kirito. God, I can't wait for this show. This show's gonna be so fun to talk about. It's gonna be so fun to talk about this show. I need to get my headset set up for my PC. I don't usually use my headset for my PC, but I need to do that for that one. I'm happy, Leda. We've been having a drought on mecha for a long time. Not only that, but having Kokai Senki here is going to be 2D, hand-drawn mecha with the Gundam mechanical designers. It's going to be great. Took you until Alicization to realize how badly written Kirito is. I guess. I kind of felt like Alicization was a point in which you can realize that he could grow as a character because he didn't have his harem always over him all the time. So I don't know if that's what you mean. Like they finally could actually focus on him as a character for once, and he wasn't just a character being chased by a bunch of girls. It was almost like a reset. That was literally like a reset. I enjoyed him in Gun Gale. Wasn't my favorite arc, but I enjoyed him. Yeah, he did get another harem, but it took him a while. Like, they weren't always around him. He got a new harem. It was his broski. He just replaced all the girls with best boy. That's all. I am not hearing good things about Platinum in manga. Or at least from my anime list and stuff. I looked up the manga and seen how well it was doing and wasn't getting good ratings, so now I'm kind of worried about that show. Yeah, that's pretty much where my anime list was. It was about 7. Usagi. Alternative Gun Gale Online. I don't know. I didn't like the antagonist of Gun Gale. That was the only problem I had with that one. They were trying to push too heavy on the idea of it being like all super and everything was at risk, but it wasn't. But even still, like with any of the series of Sword Online, it's always been like either it's okay or it's good. I never really had a problem with any of the Sword Online stuff, except for again Alpha Online. The second core of the first season was not. I almost dropped it because of it. I really like the main character of Gun Gale, that's for sure. Like I said, I just didn't care for the antagonist. Man, Mushoku Tensei. I'm like totally going into this season blind. There's so many trailers, I'm not watching any of it. I don't watch any of these trailers. Need more Roxy. If Roxy's not in the second season, I'm gonna be mad. Didn't they make a game from Alternative Gun Gale Online? Or am I thinking of them putting her inside the game? I think they put her in the mobile game. I think I've seen her in the mobile game. Yeah, don't watch the PV for the My Senpai is Annoying. Holy crap, that's pretty much the entire show. So I thought of an idea for a stream in the future. I know this is like super original here. I'll get rid of this. What would people think of a 24-hour live stream doing an anime tier list for waifus? 800 plus waifus. Oh, man. Like, we already know where she's going. Like, she's gonna go right up here. Like, you see, like, I'm the worst at this, though, because, like, so many of these just go right up to S+. Like, is anything not going to be S+? This is like, nah. Never mind, I already broke it. No, she's like S. And I'm doing this a lot quicker than I thought I would, but I want to talk about some of these. Let me think. Is there any of these characters that I don't know? I know this One Piece, but I don't know her. Oh my gosh, is that the girl from Golden Boy? They got Golden Boy characters in here? I think I'm gonna do this. No, see, here's my fear. I'd get through, like, so much of this. Oh my gosh. Why even, like, can I even scroll while I'm holding a character? Yeah, I'm gonna have to drag her all the way. Oh wait, there's Miku too. I'm gonna drag Miku up here too. Like, I just drag. Crap, I lost her. There's Rem. Where did Miku go? Oh, there's Miku. See, make these up here. Oh, up here. Up here. Up here. Anyways, what I was saying is, I'd probably get, like, through... I feel like I get through half of these, and then my browser would crash out of random. I'd totally do this on my PC, though. I think the only characters that I don't know is probably the One Piece character. Like, I know they're One Piece characters, just based on the style. I think it's scary that I know so many of these characters. I don't know. I just looked at for some reason randomly I looked at tier lists and I seen this 800 plus and I'm like, this feels like a challenge. Like somebody's personally challenging me. I see Nanako, Sawaki, both the sisters. But where is Akisora? Akishino, I'm sorry, Akishino. Oh, he's right there. Never mind, I'm blind. That'd be a lot of fun. But like I said, I'd probably tomorrow's a no-go because tomorrow is podcast day and I have to edit it. And yes, I'd totally make a lolly want to protect section because I don't even want to think of the crap that people come up with some of these characters. my gosh, they even got them in there. Maybe Wednesday. Maybe I'll schedule Wednesday and schedule the actual stream and mark it for the 800 plus waifu list. I feel like some of this stuff is incriminating, though, if I say that I know where it's from. It becomes one of those things where should I just say that I know where it is and just own it, or just go, oh, I don't know who this character is. There's so many Golden Boy characters in here, I'm surprised. Like, she's there. A minute ago, I seen one of the... Yeah, she's in there. She's in there. It is so crazy how they stand out. I'm kind of interested where they got the decision on some of these characters. But yeah, that sounds like they would have a lot of fun with that. I want to time myself, though. I think if I do that, I want to time it to see how fast I can burn through this. Who is this character? I never used tier lists. Is there a way to, like, find out information about, like, a picture, like a name or something? Oh, Cake, sorry. I didn't see you say bye later, Cake. I'm sorry. Totally missed that message. It's the girl. I know it's the one that I'm moving right now. I know my cursor doesn't show. See if I can zoom in. Maybe I can see it better. Oh, where'd she go? I know she's kind of in a compromising position, so maybe I don't want to know. There she is. Yeah, maybe I don't want to know. Now I'm getting closer to it. Is she washing something? Who the hell is it? Is she from 100? I'm maybe to do an image search. I probably don't want to do this, but I'm going to do an image search. See if this works. So I have this for... Oh crap, where'd she go? Okay, there she is. Like I can't even drag it over. Let me take a screenshot of it and then copy it over. All right, what does Google Images say? Saijako Muhai no Bahamut? Is that Rage of Bahamut? No. Maybe. That's not Rage of Bahamut. Undefeated Bahamut Chronicles. I don't even remember her in that show. Oh no, yeah, I know that. I know who that is. Wow. That shows how much that show made an impression on me. Anyway, yeah, like I said, I'll probably do that. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I never cared much for jumping on the tier train, but like I said, when I seen this list, I'm like, that sounds like a challenge, and I like the idea of, like I said, challenging myself to see if I remember all these characters, which I'm afraid because I recognize far too many of them. Why is Hollow a picture of a wall scroll? They couldn't find a picture of Hollow? Oh, man. But yeah, like I said, I'll see if I can schedule that for Wednesday. If not Wednesday, Thursday, for sure. But that'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, I think I'll wrap up the stream there. Like I said, tomorrow morning I get up early so that we can do the recording podcast. And I got some stuff to do in the afternoon. And then hopefully get everything edited and posted by tomorrow evening. But Chris will probably be streaming tomorrow. But then, like I said, yeah. Wednesday or Thursday, I'll either do the waifu list or maybe more Tales of Arise. Or maybe hang out in Final Fantasy 14 or something. But, yeah. Thanks, guys, for jumping on the stream and entertaining me as I put together my outline. I feel it pretty fun to be able to abuse my viewers by making them watch me make outlines. So, any rate, thanks for guys for dropping in. I hope you guys had some fun in here, chatting it up and everything. But yeah, y'all take care.